So, Paris Games Week was last week?
Last week, Monday.
Monday.
It was at a time before now.
It was.
Yeah. We were unfortunately not able to talk about it.
Yeah, we were not here for that. So let's discuss it now. Jonah, we'll start with you.
There was an event in Paris about games.
Thanks for watching. Anyway,
Yeah.
what was your favorite looking game? What are you excited about?
Okay, so before I saw the trailer for Ghost of Tsushima,
Yeah.
I was really into the Detroit gameplay trailer that they showed.
Mm-hmm.
That I saw the old trailers and they were all cool, but now this one showed all the divergent gameplay mechanics, and I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. I want that. So I'll probably get Detroit at launch.
Detroit looks. I mean, like, I saw it at what was it, E3?
Yeah,
They showed it, and then
probably at Gamescom again.
Gamescom, yeah, and I was hooked. It looks awesome. It just looks something different, and the idea that you're gonna have all these multiple endings.
Yep.
You know, it gives you worthwhile to play, and you don't have to pay for the endings. It's not like microtransactions or DLC. They're in the game,
Yeah,
so you get to experience the game differently. So I think that's cool.
yeah. And now that I've seen the trailer for Ghost of Tsushima, I don't know if it beats Detroit because it was not gameplay, except for at the end, maybe a little bit.
Well, it was
But it was really hype.
yeah, it wasn't gameplay, but it was like what would you call it? It was like a simulating what it's probably gonna be like.
Yeah, it's got some nice atmosphere.
But no, the
It had
trailer
a
was
nice
awesome.
tone.
The tone.
The tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that.
And
Hey, any
Sucker Punch-
samurai game is gonna be awesome.
And Sucker Punch Studios has really nice gameplay mechanics with their Infamous games, so I anticipate this is gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Do you think it's gonna be like when it's a ghost, but you think it's gonna be like supernatural, where it's not like on the ground, but you can like wall jump like a ninja?
I kind of want, because
thing?
they're calling it Ghost of Tsushima, like I'm assuming that, like I said, I have no knowledge of the game, but like you die and you acquire these special powers of some sort. That's what I'm hoping for, because like Infamous and Sucker Punch always did really well with the whole superpower ability and making you feel like this crazy powerful hero, and the gameplay was fun because of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping they kind of keep that with this. Totally down for them to do an open world. I wonder how big it's gonna be. I'm assuming this might be for Sucker Punch what Horizon Zero Dawn was for Gorilla, where it's like their first time they're gonna go out and kind of try this new type of open world gameplay with different elements that they've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's gonna. I'm praying and kind of hoping that it's gonna do really, really well. I'm excited for it. That was the most excited I was for Paris Games Week.
For that game as well.
For Ghost of Tsushima,
Mhm.
yeah. Everything else, I'm so tired of seeing the same games.
God of War.
God of War, they showed gameplay, but the gameplay clip was so short.
I mean,
Like,
we've seen a lot of what it's gonna
and
play
Spider-Man,
like
if they show me anything else about Spider-Man, I'm gonna lose my mind. They need to stop showing trailers for Spider-Man. The only thing I will say about Spider-Man that I'm worried about is I feel like it's more linear than we think that it's going to be. Like, I don't know.
Not open world.
No, they're saying it's open world, but we haven't seen the open world.
You feel everything seems to be button guided, right?
Yeah.
It's like press this, you go there, then that, then that, then that, then follow this, da 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 da.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm gonna believe them.
open world asterisk.
I like that. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I don't know. I think they said it's going to be open world, but
Oh, I'm sure.
I haven't seen. We haven't seen the open world.
I'm sure it's gonna be.
Detroit needs to stop showing stuff too, because just stop.
Well, I didn't watch that because I didn't want to get too many spoilers or anything like that. So I just listen. I was hooked already from what I just said when I first saw it. I was like, that looks interesting
Yeah.
and awesome. I'll play that.
And
Don't show me anymore.
Detroit, they've shown 4 times now at different events.
Mm.
Last of Us 2, they showed. This is the second time they showed Last of Us 2 at an event. The trailer was okay. I have more questions than I have answers with anything that happened in that trailer.
Prequel.
No, maybe a prequel chapter, but we already know. We already know Ellie's in it. And Joel's in it. So help me God, if they kill off Joel, I'm gonna be so mad.
It'll make the first one irrelevant.
I'm just gonna be so mad.
Well, that wouldn't make the first one irrelevant. That's not true. But it just that final. I don't know. They don't kill him.
And don't get me wrong, I am going to play The Last of Us Part 2.
Are you sure?
Absolutely gonna play it. But stop showing it if it's like 2 or 3 years down the line. And Naughty Dog takes their time, which I'm happy for them that they take their time and they get it right. But it's years off at this point.
Don't try to hype us for 3 years.
Yeah, and it's the same with Death Stranding. I'm assuming Death Stranding is going to be shown at PSX.
That's in December, right?
I'm surprised they didn't show anything.
Yeah. Supposedly, Media Molecule is going to show their Dreams game, which has been on hiatus for 2
That
years
series isn't
now.
dead?
No, they said they're going to be there at PSX.
Hmm.
Talk about it. And then there's going to be more of the Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm excited for.
That'd be cool. Maybe a gameplay trailer this time.
Sashima. It's like
But-
sushi, but not.
Again, and Sony's getting a lot of flack for this recently. Just like, they're showing games, awesome games, exciting, and it's getting everybody hyped, but they're years off.
Well,
And they're showing them at 3 or 4 or 5 different
events
events.
throughout the year.
Yeah.
It's like, how about you show something that's coming out this year?
Like, I'm going to be really upset if God of War does not hit this year.
It's
supposed to be 2018. I'm just... And the other thing
they
is...
did push that because it was supposed to be out already, right?
And there wasn't any talk
Yeah,
about
like,
this with PSX, but like what happened to Days Gone? There was no show of Days Gone.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
And there's no talk of it yet anyway for PSX.
I thought you weren't excited for that game.
I'm gonna see. I might play
Give it a
it.
chance.
I might
looks
play
fun.
it. We'll see how it goes. See what the reviews are. But it's just one of those things that like, all right, where's that game now?
Yeah, I know. We talked about that in other podcasts all the time. It's especially around E3. Don't show us something that's coming out.
Like within a year,
Years.
fine. Like within a year, maybe even a year and a half. Like if they're showing something in June and it doesn't come out to holiday the next year, okay. But if it's 2-3 years out, then what are we talking about here?
Honestly, I think 6 months. Do that.
Yeah, but I mean that's ideal and that's what Fallout did. But I mean, man, that's rare.
It's
rare to happen.
people are like, oh no, you have to hype up a game. Listen, no, give yourself 6 months. You're gonna hype the shit out of that game. Show very little of the game. Well, if it's a new IP, you want to show some stuff. But you know, if it's like God of War, people are gonna buy God of War, right? So show what you need to show. Leave it alone. Release it. It'll do gangbusters. You don't have to be like teasing this, teasing that, teasing that. 3 years. Teasing this, teasing that. Delay it. Teasing this, teasing that. It gets annoying. And it gets bad. That's what happened. That Mass Effect we were talking about that with. I feel like Mass Effect
Mass
Andromeda.
They had that whole, what was it? How long were they showing at E3? Like a couple of years, right?
Oh my god, I don't want to get into it.
They had like 40-minute presentations.
Well, yeah, that was the thing. Like they announced it, like, hey, we're working on this game, and you know, these are the people working on it. Great, fantastic.
They were just showing
And then
concept
the
art.
second year
development
came,
diaries.
And then the
Yeah.
second year came, and it was pretty much like some gameplay, like him walking through a space, or the character walking through a space. And it's like, okay. And then
That's cool.
they showed at the PS4 Pro reveal event that he was just boosting through the air, pretty much, and there was like no combat.
You can jump.
I'm
You
like,
can jump in this game.
okay. And then like we didn't really start getting gameplay. I felt like until like 3 months out.
Yeah.
And it's like that should have been the sign.
Yeah.
That should have been the sign.
Now imagine if they kept quiet on that game.
It's N7 Day, by the way.
Is it today?
Yep, N7, November 7th, N7 Day.
Hey,
People would have said
I
something.
timed that perfectly.
Mass Effect.
People would have said something if it wasn't for Andromeda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just thinking.
But if they didn't mention that game and just like even 6 months, like, oh, by the way, boom, you can have it in your hands 6 months from now. People would be like, oh my god, instead of hyping it up and then not playing Andromeda at all.
Yeah, it's probably worth it now that it's like on sale for like $15 some places.
Yeah.
Do you have time for that?
I'm not gonna play it. I'm saying it's worth it if you want to.
There's one
Give it a
absence.
chance.
There's one absence I'm surprised that we didn't get anything from too, other than Days Gone. It was like there's been this the chatter for Bloodborne 2 for so long. I'm like really waiting for them to come out and just be like, hey, here's Bloodborne 2.
Bloodborne 2. That's one of the games I love Bloodborne, and I don't really care about a sequel. That's one of the games that's like I love the first game, but I don't really
You
need
were
to play the second.
satisfied.
Yeah,
It did so well. That was like the first really like I felt like must have exclusive because like Killzone Shadowfall was okay.
yeah.
Knack, Drive Club.
Knack.
Hey, I like Knack. Don't get me wrong. I played Knack. I beat Knack. It was fine.
Did you play Knack 2?
No, I didn't.
Then you weren't a diehard fan.
But it is one of those things that I completely lost. What were we talking about?
Knack.
No, before Knack. Oh,
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. But yeah, Bloodborne 2, a lot of people, like, there's no more Souls games. Like, the studio pretty much said that, you know, they did Dark Souls 3 and that was it.
Really?
Yeah, Sony
They're
owns
done messing with
owns the Bloodborne IP. So my assumption is that Studio Japan would do the Bloodborne IP. Or Bloodborne 2. I don't think it would be the same studio that does Dark Souls. But I still think that it did really well and it did well enough that it would push for a sequel.
What are they
Yeah.
working on now?
We don't know.
probably
Studio
Bloodborne
Japan.
2.
What came out of Studio Japan?
Did they do Neo? Who did Neo?
No,
That's Team Ninja.
Shadow of the Colossus are working on the remake. Oh no, that's not even Shadow. That's not even them. They got I can't remember the company that remasters they remaster the third party games, but that development team is actually redoing Shadow of the Colossus. So I'm assuming Studio Japan's probably working on Bloodborne 2. My assumption, but
maybe we'll see. That's
maybe PSX. We shall see.
Well, like I said, let's hope if they're gonna do that, announce it 6 months, it's out.
And that's the thing, like Dark Souls, like the team that did the Dark Souls games, they came out pretty consecutively. Like they were within a 2-year span.
Yeah,
like if that, like I felt like they were coming out pretty consistently.
I think 2 and 3 came out like back to back.
So it might be the engine that they're using. Maybe the engine is just really easy to code for or something, or they just had the right amount of people working on it. But they didn't really see delays. I don't feel like maybe there's one delay after announcement of a date, but I really felt like there wasn't really that many delays with the Dark Souls sequels.
I don't think so. I know they came out, like I said, like you were saying, they came out.
Like Dark Souls 2 came out, and I felt like within a year we had an announcement for Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So.
Did you play Dark Souls?
I played Dark Souls 2, and I didn't finish it or go far.
Did you break anything playing it?
No, I just stopped after a while.
I was laughing my ass off because Chris was trying to play it, or Dark Souls 1, and he was trying to get through it. He was borrowing it from his buddy, Tom Hagen, and he was just swearing at the TV. Like, he hates losing as is, but it's just funny watching this because it's such a ridiculously crazy game. So then, I think he was playing on a server or something like that, and like ghosts of other players can come and kill you.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What?" He's because it took him forever to get to this one spot, and all of a sudden this ghost just like runs up to him and like cuts his head off, and he's like, "How did that happen?" He was just swearing at the TV. It was crazy.
Well, I felt like Bloodborne wasn't that as punishing as the Dark Souls.
I don't think so.
I can't really.
I felt like it was really fun.
I can't tell whether or not it was because I cheated. Because I did that one exploit in the beginning to duplicate my blood echoes, and I got to like level 150.
Oh, there you
go.
go.
It's a very punishing game, but it's very rewarding when you actually do move forward in the game.
I had a great time because I wasn't challenged.
I just strolled right through that game.
Yeah, that one cleric beast in the beginning. 2 shots, he's dead.
So we know your review for 2 when it comes out is going to be horrible because it won't have the same.
I'm keeping an eye out. I'm keeping an eye out for those opening week exploits.
So yeah,
jump right on that.
See more at PSX, I assume.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, when is PSX? That's December, right?
December. I just don't remember the date, but
they're gonna announce
coming up soon.
They're gonna announce something that's gonna come out within the next couple months.
They're just gonna show more
Crash
of what
Team
you just saw.
Crash Team Racing.
It's Ubisoft, right?
Huh?
It's Ubisoft, right?
No, Activision owns Crash.
Do they usually announce big games then? What did they announce?
They announced Last of Us 2 last year, which was a mistake because they should have kept it for E3 this year.
Yeah, well,
they would have won E3 if they showed the trailer that they showed at we've talked about this.
Yes.
If they didn't show that trailer at PSX and they showed it at E3, it would have been like, Sony won E3.
But it seems like Sony's trying to move away from E3 and more into PSX.
They just don't want to do anything. They just want to put up a screen and be like, hey, here's the trailers.
Metal Gear Solid Survive. Or whatever the hell it is.
Totally pumped. I don't think Sony's partnered for that, though, is it? I don't think anybody's touching that with them.
No. Twitter got like annihilated. Whoever was like, hey guys, this is coming out. People were just like, why?
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, come on, give it a chance. Why?
If it's not a Metal Gear game, people will probably love it. It's probably going to be a good game. Just not
if they took the name off of it, yeah.
But just survive.
They're trying to ride the Kojima train. And
it's
listen,
to say,
finish Metal Gear Solid 5.
Which they're not going to.
Put David Hayter's voice back in there.
Not going to happen.
And then that's why I'm not playing it.
To play devil's advocate, they're not making it a full price. It's only $40. So that's only $40.
How gracious of them.
Yeah, how gracious. If they're gonna do it,
it could be a fun ass game, but it's just I don't care. It's crap.
I don't care. It's crap.
I'm gonna go MLG Pro on it. I'm gonna Twitch stream it every day, just for the rest of my life.
There you go. See,
I'll be the only one. So if anybody wants to see what's up with Survive,
then your stats will be phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll own that game. I'm not gonna do that. I'll wait for Dragon Ball.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Dose. Hey, maybe they'll show something for that.
That'd be really cool. You're right. They do have the partnership for that. Marketing partnership.
Probably.
I think there's new content. I think you get new content first, I think, too.
When was
PlayStation.
when was the recent trailer revealed? That was like not that long ago, right? So I don't think they'll show anything else.
Maybe
just
some
because of
gameplay.
what delayed.
That could be gameplay.
I mean, if it's supposed to be coming out next year or early next year, could be gameplay.
Say 6 months. Look at that.
I mean, we've known
It's
about
revealed
it
a while ago.
Yeah, it was like revealed almost a year ago.
6 months.
6 months.
Stick to that rule. So, all right. Any final thoughts?
Video games, we like them.
I don't.
Paris games.
I prefer books about
Paris.
rocks.
2017. John prefers
Like
books.
a geologist?
Yes.
Okay.
You nailed it.
Awesome.
6 months.
6 months.
That's the window.
Anyway, that's the podcast. Thanks for watching and or listening. Did you guys have a good time?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, good. No further comments to make us have to start over again, which we may or may not have had to have done. I hope you guys had a good time. Like I said, you can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, or any other app of your choice. And also on YouTube, where we do the video section of this Friday, Saturday, and Mondays. Thanks for watching and or listening. I'm John for Cartridge Blast Gamers.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Carmine.
Stay awesome. Peace.